Hey guys, this is Emerald Fire, and this is an update to my last video about the two-way bedrock door. As many of you pointed out in the comments, it only works under my ideal assumptions that it's a flat roof. However, because the roof of the Nether is much more jagged, and it usually goes down to the limit, which is about 5 blocks of bedrock, 5 blocks of bedrock, then it's very difficult to find a spot to build this thing. So I went back to the drawing board and I made a worst case scenario, one that works completely surrounded by 5 blocks of bedrock. This could extend out indefinitely because none of the build goes above this height. Let me show you it in action. So it works about the same as before. You just hold click on the ground and the horse comes up and gets you, but this time it uses this thing. I think this was originally showed by Sethbling when slime blocks first came out. Basically the pistons keep pushing back and forth and then this thing goes up and it comes back down. Now I'm going to show you this without me on the horse, but it behaves differently because the horse is on a slime block in a minecart. For some reason, when the player is riding the horse, the slime block won't bounce it, or at least when the horse is in a minecart and the player's on the horse. I think it's because the slime block doesn't reach up to the player's hitbox, so it doesn't bounce the whole thing. Very weird. But when the player isn't on the horse, it bounces it, so the horse takes extra suffocation damage when the player isn't on it. Let me just demonstrate that for you. Just like that. But one thing about this machine is that it actually relies on the horse bouncing to bring the horse up, just not down. So unlike the previous design, this can only bring you down through bedrock, but as I showed in my last video, that is obviously not a problem since you can just use something like this to get right up. So really, this is all you need. You can just plop that little minecart thing right here, and it's still technically a two-way bedrock door. But yeah, this is a lot more complicated. I've separated the parts into different colors of wool. I'll just briefly explain what each one does. This is just the wire from the top of the bedrock. So whatever you do, however you get this button down along and bring it to this orange wool. This is the main input. So what happens first is it takes this, and after a certain amount of delay, it will push out this glass block, which will go onto this here. And when it goes up, it will take the glass block with it. When it comes back down, this will attract and pull it back. This is so the horse can actually get up to the top, because another strange behavior, when it's a slime block, the horse will keep bouncing, and if it keeps bouncing, it won't clip through the top enough. So that's why it has to be a non-bouncing block, and it's glass so the horse doesn't suffocate while it's sitting right there. Although, now that I'm looking at this, there's a furnace right here and it's not taking suffocation damage, so maybe if this is a solid block. Oh, okay, yeah, the horse won't suffocate. So that does not have to be glass, it seems. It can be whatever you want. Alright then, next I'll go over this. This pink part is just a pulse lengthener, so the button, it has to be a wooden button so it gets the correct timing, but also you need to have a certain amount of additional length to keep this thing running for the right amount of time. The yellow part is just a one-tick pulse generator, and it'll also extend this piston, which will activate the blue part, which is the clock. The clock is just a one-tick clock that activates these pistons pushing up and down and up and down. It'll start by this piston pushing this one up into place right here, and then it'll be powered by this block and back and forth, and this thing will go up and then it will come down, and as it's coming down, this will retract the block. And that's about it for this machine. I will get into the tutorial and I will be building it part by part. So I'll start with the different colors of wool. Not sure what I'm going to start with yet, but I'll just get right on it. Okay, we're going to start with the blue part, that is the slime block elevator and the one-tick clock. So go to your hole to the top of the bedrock, and then build down 3 blocks with furnaces like this. You can knock out the top one, and then build a little thing like this. The one in the middle is temporary. Then go down from the middle 6 slime blocks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go back up to the top and place one here. Now place a piston underneath that facing upward and one down on that temporary block, both sticky. Knock that out, and now wire up the bottom piston like this. put redstone on all of those, put a block on top of the top one, and another at the side. Go around here and wire it up like this with a slab here, and put another slab here, and a block down below right here. And then put redstone on everything like this, except a 1-tick repeater here and here. And that's done the blue part. Next up is the yellow part, short and simple. Go down to here and place 1 block with redstone and a block on top of that. Build back and put a sticky piston right here. Knock that out and place 4 blocks like this here and 2 slabs afterwards. Then place 2 repeaters on 1 tick, redstone like this, and you're done. Next up is the pink part, and I'll even throw in the orange part as an added bonus. So you want to go to here, build over, and this will be your input. Now build down like this, knock that out, and build over here. Get 1 there, get 1 there, and knock out these 2. Put redstone dust on top of those, put a block like this, and coming out of here, put a block and a slab. Now you'll need 5 repeaters, put 1 on 1 tick here, and then fill the rest with 4 tick repeaters, like so. And that's the pink part. Next up is the white part. Build out 4 blocks like this, put 1 here, here, and here, then punch out these 2. Come over here, put a sticky piston right here with a block of your choice right there. Place some redstone here, a repeater on 4 ticks here, and a repeater on 2 ticks, oh boy, here. Okay, now go down here and build out like this, all the way over to here, like so, and put redstone on this line. And that concludes the white part. Now you need to wire your button at the top of the bedrock down to the orange block. If I wanted a button here, I could do it like in my example and wire it down like this. Be careful not to bud update or bud power this piston because that will throw off the contraption. Okay, so come on down here and there, that should do it. Now all that's left to do is get yourself a horse and a minecart and get him to that point right there. I'll just summon one in. And make sure you remember to tame the horse so that when you're riding him up or down from the bedrock, he doesn't throw you off like that. Just keep riding him until the hearts appear. After that, your bedrock door should be ready to use. You can build yourself one of these things to get up to the top of the nether, and then you can test it out for yourself. Just press the button and look down at the ground holding right click. And there you go. The minecart may occasionally land on the furnace like this, but that's why we have blocks here and here, so that you can just, come on, nudge it back in. And there. One final note. The horse takes a few hearts of suffocation damage every time this machine is used, so it's a good idea to have some food on hand that you can use to regen the horse's health. A chest of sugar will do the trick. And that's it for this tutorial. Like I said in my last video, if you can think of any better way to get below the bedrock, preferably one that doesn't take suffocation damage, I'm all ears, and if I make a video about it, I will give you credit. But until then, I think this is the best we've got. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.